Strength isn't about muscles or techniques, it's a state of mind. There's no greater pleasure than dominating those who think they're unbeatable. Weakness is a sin, and I have no tolerance for it. In this world, the strongest make the rules. That's the reality of it all. Pain is just weakness leaving the body. Embrace it, and you'll become stronger. Strength isn't inherited, it's earned through unyielding determination. I don't believe in fate. I create my destiny through sheer willpower. The only limit to my power is the one I set for myself. To stand above others, you must be willing to do what others aren't. The world bends to the will of the strong. That's the way it has always been and always will be. The essence of combat is not to win or lose, but to utterly dominate your opponent. I'm not a king. Kings rule countries. I'm something greater. I'm a conqueror. I don't follow rules. I create my path by crushing anything that stands in my way. I crave challenges, because overcoming them is what fuels my existence. Do not seek to follow in the footsteps of the wise. Seek what they sought. The ultimate aim of martial arts is not having to use them. In battle, if you make your opponent flinch, you have already won. Think lightly of yourself and deeply of the world. Perceive that which cannot be seen with the eye. Waste no more time arguing about what a good man should be. Be one. The best revenge is to be unlike him who performed the injury. You have power over your mind, not outside events. Realize this, and you will find strength. The soul becomes dyed with the color of its thoughts. The happiness of your life depends upon the quality of your thoughts. The impediment to action advances action. What stands in the way becomes the way. Very little is needed to make a happy life. It is all within yourself, in your way of thinking. The universe is change. Our life is what our thoughts make it. He who lives in harmony with himself lives in harmony with the universe. It is not because things are difficult that we do not dare. It is because we do not dare that they are difficult. Everything we hear is an opinion, not a fact. Everything we see is a perspective, not the truth. Reject your sense of injury, and the injury itself disappears. The object of life is to be on the side of the majority, and escape finding oneself in the ranks of the insane. The only wealth which you will keep forever is the wealth you have given away. The key is to keep company only with people who uplift you, whose presence calls forth your best. When you arise in the morning, think of what a precious privilege it is to be alive, to breathe, to think, to enjoy, to love. The art of living is more like wrestling than dancing. Death smiles at us all. All we can do is smile back. If someone is able to show me that what I think or do is not right, I will happily change, for I seek the truth. I know no one was ever truly harmed. It is the person who continues in his self-deception and ignorance who is harmed. The wise man sees in the misfortune of others what he should avoid. All warfare is based on deception. The supreme art of war is to subdue the enemy without fighting. Opportunities multiply as they are seized. The greatest victory is that which requires no battle. The best victory is when the opponent surrenders of its own accord, before there are any actual hostilities. It is best to win without fighting. In war, the way is to avoid what is strong and to strike at what is weak. If you know the enemy and know yourself, you need not fear the result of 100 battles. All men can see these tactics whereby I conquer, but what none can see is the strategy out of which victory is evolved. In war, the way is to avoid what is strong and to strike at what is weak. In peace, prepare for war. In war, prepare for peace.
Nice.
Thank you. Oh, we're fucking out.
Help!
No, I'm dead. Oh.
Fine. Don't watch sports.
Oh, stop trying to punch people. Just get you killed. Watch Mark if he's dead.
who are talking about the social costs that OnlyFans has want that social cost to exist, and they are invested in continuing that social cost. The reason for that is what I believe to be something that is an organizing principle across all of human psychology, which is the desire for fairness. That's why you have heaven and hell, because heaven and hell provides a external accountability factor for people who in life do bad things but are not punished for it. I think that's why every single religion has something like this. You have reincarnation. You have Islam. There's like the 72 virgins, like, you know, having a good life in the afterlife. Almost every single religion or organizing principle of like philosophical thought has some degree of accountability for bad actions, for lack of a sounding way to say it, right? There's some degree of reward for doing virtuous work. And I think that this entire idea is completely fucking fake. I think it's totally fake, and it's a cope that's made up to keep peasants in line so they can justify why the Lord takes all of their potatoes and they're starving. I think that it's been used to control people for thousands of years, and it keeps people fighting against each other rather than seeing the people that are oppressing them. And I think that it also is a massive cope that allows people to keep them in line by allowing them to think that they have some sort of like moral code that guides their actions, when in a lot of cases they're going to get run over by somebody who doesn't. And I think it's incredibly damaging, and I think that the people who are negative about OnlyFans are doing that because they want that social consequence to exist. They want these girls who do this, who are making $80,000 a month, just because this is some stupid thought that's getting paid 6 figures almost a month for doing nothing but showing her ass. This isn't fair. So I have to create something to counterbalance this to make it fair. And that's why people harass streamers. That's why they think it's okay for streamers to get harassed. It's because, you know, get like mean comments and stuff like that. Streamers aren't allowed to complain about that. They're not allowed to have an opinion about this. And the reason why is because of that same sense and fixation on fairness and accountability. And I think that if you go back to monkeys, I'm talking about monkeys now, and if you do something that is unfair, a monkey can perceive this unfairness. So think about how deep that is in human psychology. I think that is the way everybody almost thinks. That's the entire reason we have a justice system the way that we do in Western culture. That's the reason why all of our religions are built off of some sort of like, you know, external reward. It's people are looking for a way to order a animal kingdom that we have just somehow, you know, we're too smart to realize that we're just monkeys, and we're trying to figure out reasons why we're